Respect yourself enough to walk away from anything that no longer serves you, grows you, or makes you happy. I love that quote by Rabbit 2. It's encouraging us to take those actions to set healthy boundaries for ourselves. And they come out of self-respect. But what I've learned is that often guilt is the culprit that keeps us from taking those steps to set those healthy boundaries that will help us to move forward in our life with more happiness, with more peace and success. Hi, I'm Maria LiPuma from Body Confidence Solutions, and I help women to love, honor, and respect themselves in body, mind, and spirit. Thanks for joining me today. In today's video, we're going to do some tapping on how to release guilt that keeps you from taking those steps, keeps you from honoring yourself with respect. Before we get into the tapping, I'd like to share a story with you about my experience with learning how to take those steps, with learning how to take those actions, get beyond the guilt and take actions that helped me to set those boundaries. A number of years ago, I was in a marriage for 8 years, and it was emotionally abusive to me. It created a lot of trauma, a lot of discord within me, and I ultimately got the courage to leave that relationship. But once I left the relationship, he continued to call me. Him calling me was supportive for him, or whatever it was that he needed, but he continued to call me. However, every time I answered that phone, it re-traumatized me. It brought back all of those emotions, all of those feelings, all of the stress of that relationship. And even though I became aware that it wasn't really in my best interest to keep answering the phone, I did it because I felt guilty. I felt bad about myself. I worried about him. I had a friend at the time who would say, just don't answer it. And I really couldn't do that. My guilt was driving me to do things that were really not in my best interest. So one day, I was driving to work and the phone rang, and against my best interest, I picked up the phone and we had a conversation. And once we got off the phone, I was in turmoil. I was re-traumatized. I was not feeling very good. And as a result, I rolled into the car in front of me. And I messed up my car big time. I crushed the whole thing in. The car in front of me didn't get hurt at all. I was actually rolled into a truck. It was a big red truck. And I rolled down my window as he got out of his truck, and he came around to my window, and I was ready to apologize and see how we could make it better. And as I rolled down the window, this little guy that had so much anger towards women just blasted me with "you effing see" in my face, which seemed like an eternity. He just kept pounding it. He was so enraged and so angry that I touched his truck, which didn't get damaged at all. But I felt like it was just all of the anger that he ever had for any woman that hurt him. But I got the blast at that moment. Needless to say, that was pretty traumatic. So I rolled up the window, I went to the nearest gas station, I sort of de-stressed for a moment, and I was still shaking. But the truth was that it was a gift from the universe. It was a big gift from the universe, because the universe was showing me that this is how hurtful it is for me to do those things that are not in alignment with my best interest. So needless to say, I never picked up the phone again when he called, and it was the best thing for me, because I had to be woken up to the realization that I couldn't allow my guilt and my worry about what he was going to think, or my fear of him not being okay, to overrun what I needed to do to take care of me. So, that being said, it's likely that if you're listening to this video, you are also aware that maybe there is difficulty for you to help set some healthy boundaries. And you might feel guilty about doing so. So I'd like to guide you in a tapping sequence today that will help you to release the guilt that might be coming up and stopping you from doing what it is that your spirit, your soul wants you to do, which is to honor, love, and respect yourself, and take those steps to surround yourself with people that honor you, that love you, that respect you, and to say no to those experiences that are not in alignment with your best interest. So, I encourage you to tap along with me. You might want to just call to mind a situation, a circumstance, maybe a person in your life that you have trouble saying no to. And notice if there's guilt or worry or fear. Maybe they're going to reject you, whatever those feelings come up. But today we're going to work on any guilt that comes up around taking steps to support yourself in a healthy way. So if you choose to tap with me, take responsibility for your health and well-being and tap along. Take a moment to take a deep breath in and let it go. Relax your shoulders, relax your legs, and then tapping on the side of the hand, and take another deep breath in and let it go. Even though I have some guilt when it comes to setting healthy boundaries, I still accept myself with love and compassion. Even though it's challenging for me to set healthy boundaries, especially with certain people or circumstances, and call to mind those specific people. The more specific you can be, the more effective this will be. And just notice the guilt that might come up, or the fear or the worry. I still choose to love, honor, and respect myself anyway. Even though I have this guilt, it's been ingrained in me to care about what they think more than to care about how I feel. I choose to love, honor, and respect myself right here and right now. And take a deep breath in and let it go. And you can close your eyes, and in your mind's eye, just call to mind the circumstance, the person. It might bring up some feelings and emotions, but with tapping, we want to let the emotions flow through us. This is how we uncover it. This is how we resolve it, by first acknowledging and releasing the feelings, the thoughts, the beliefs, the memories that are keeping us from taking those actions that are needed so that we can be in alignment with our best, happy, healthy self. So one more time, even though I have some guilt, I choose to love, honor, and accept myself right here and now. Take another deep breath in and let it go. And tap the top of the head. All of this guilt that's coming up when I think about taking some healthy steps in respect for myself. On the third eye, what if they reject me? What if they think badly about me? What if they get angry at me? All of this guilt and fear. Maybe I was told it was selfish to take care of myself. Maybe I never learned that it was my job to take care of myself. Maybe I never learned how to honor how I felt. Today I'm choosing to acknowledge how I feel and honor what works best for me. And even though there's some guilt there, I'm open to acknowledging it and letting it go. all of this guilt, it's time to start releasing it and letting it go. It doesn't serve me or anyone else. When I can release the guilt, I can take actions that are more authentic and in alignment with my truth, my deeper truth. I'm open to releasing any guilt that's driving my behavior today. It's safe to let it go. If anybody has a problem with me taking care of myself, it's safe to let that go. It's not my problem, it's their problem. And if they're going to get angry or mad at me, I can step back and let them have their feelings. I can get out of the firing squad. I don't deserve to be the object of anger. And I deserve to put myself around people who really care about me. And as I start to treat myself with respect by honoring my feelings and taking steps that truly honor me, the people in my life that really matter will applaud me and respect me even more. I do teach people how to treat me. And when I'm respecting me by honoring my feelings and taking steps to create healthy boundaries, I'm sending that message loud and clear. It's good to honor myself. It's good to respect myself. When I respect myself, I give other women permission to do the same for themselves. Today, I choose to release anything that holds me back from truly loving, honoring, and respecting me. It's okay to release the guilt. It's okay to write a new story. I deserve to take care of myself. I deserve to create healthy boundaries for me. I deserve to love, honor, and value me. I'm calling to mind that person or situation that may have brought up some guilt or circumstances. Maybe you got the message as a child that it wasn't okay, or that your job was to make sure everybody else was happy. You can change that story today. It's time to write a new story where you can honor yourself. And as you honor yourself, you can love, honor, and respect others too. Take a deep breath in. You can wiggle your shoulders, wiggle your body, tune into yourself, and notice how you feel now. You can go back to that circumstance or person that triggered some guilt in you, and notice if there's still guilt there, or maybe you have more awareness of where it's come from. You can continue tapping on this to release the guilt and replace it with healthy self-love and respect. And this might feel foreign to you, so it takes courage to step out and to write your new story. But you are worth it. You deserve it. It's time to start really honoring who you are so that you can surround yourself with people that truly honor you. I hope that that was helpful for you today. You can certainly go back and rewind this and do the tapping again. My question to you is, where are the areas in your life that you can step in and start to show yourself more respect? If you like content like this, be sure to subscribe. I'd love for you to leave me a message in the link and let me know what you're going to do today that shows healthy self-respect and self-love. Until next time, I look forward to seeing you again. Bye now.